Hey, you guys, thought I'd make another video. I had a lot on my mind as I'm washing clothes today on this lovely Friday. Looks kind of gloomy, and I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow, but I don't know how much. I don't think it'll be that much. It's California, so we don't get that much rain. Um, One of the things I wanted to talk about is ladies offering a man the green light to move forward when it comes to either hitting on her or even just trying to approach her and things like that. Because I think that in our modern day dating climate, there's a lot of ladies that are getting mixed messages. A lot of guys are getting mixed messages. So I just wanted to kind of help the ladies out a little bit with something that I think that should be addressed, and just sharing just some additional information for you ladies before I start. Um, from a male's perspective, there are a lot of things that we have to look out for when it comes to our modern day dating climate. As a bachelor, as a single man, as somebody who's never been married, I'm looking at all these, scary horror stories of women divorcing their husbands, and so that is something that already as a bachelor, I'm somewhat concerned for. It's like I want to be mindful of who it is that I consider being with. There's a lot of guys I know that they thought the lady was sane, they thought the lady was really nice, and then she just changed during the relationship. Now I would argue, or I guess some people would argue, hey, there's a good chance the person didn't evaluate the lady completely before she changed. But as a bachelor, as somebody looking from the outside looking in, I want to be mindful of my future, and I would like to avoid, divorce and all these other, crazy situations as much as possible. So I'm going to be more careful and cautious with my life, because I'm looking from the outside looking in. I'm looking at the inconveniences of a lot of situations that's happening to other men. I also know there are some women that if you are attractive and you approach them, that's okay. That's okay. They're okay with you flirting with them. They're okay with you asking for their number. Even if they, reject you, they think it's cute. But if you are unattractive and you're somebody that a woman is not interested in, you know, there are some cases a woman would consider that being a pervert or, harassing her, and there are some guys that have gotten in trouble just because they took interest in a woman and just asked her out on a date. And now the guy has a bad reputation because now he's considered a pervert at work, or he's considered a pervert at wherever environment, and a lot of this stuff happens. So I'm telling you, ladies, that there are a lot of men that will obviously approach any woman because maybe they're driven by the desire of sex, maybe they just want a companion, maybe they just want marriage. I don't know. There are some guys that will just approach just about any woman that's in their vicinity because they're like, hey, I may as well try, because it increases my chances as I keep doing it. But then there are gentlemen like myself that we don't go around and talk to just any woman. Even if we find them remotely attractive, we need to be careful with who it is that we consider being with. For example, I would have to have a woman that loves God. Just because somebody goes into a building once a week doesn't mean she's a Christian. It doesn't mean she loves God. There are a lot of things that I have to look for to make sure that I recognize that this woman is a safe bet for me to even move forward. And then there are a lot of women, of course, that profess to love Jesus and they profess to love God, and they're going to, church, and they're going to, different ministries that they're involved in. But you start looking at their dating history or you reflect on it, and not once have they ever genuinely took interest in a man who loves God. Not once. Not once. There's no evidence to show that they love a man or they're interested or even attracted to a man that genuinely loves the Lord. They don't care about a man who reads his Bible regularly. They don't care about a man who treats people with respect and dignity. They don't care about a man that has a godly philosophy towards his job. They don't care about any of that. They're looking at all the same attributes that the women of the world outside of the church is looking at. And so there are guys like myself that we're looking at that and we're thinking, well, do I want to get involved in that? Do I want to risk trying to approach a woman that possibly doesn't care about a man and his character? Because and let me just share this. I didn't plan on sharing this, but back in 2018, I had the privilege of taking a lady out that I really was interested in, and I really liked her a lot, and she decided to take me up on my offer to take her out. So we went bowling. It was a beautiful time. One of the best dates I had in my life, to be honest with you. And I recall right after, maybe a day after our gathering, she basically said, well, hey, I consider basically our hangout as just two friends spending time together. Now, I was very clear. I was attracted to her. I treated her as a date. I would, held her hand. To me, this was a date. And, I was trying to, make sure I paid for everything. I was trying to be respectful. And, she had a different interpretation of what she wanted. And I don't know when she decided that. And to be honest with you, I'm not really worried about that. But in my head, I thought to myself, if this woman was going to give me the privilege of being her boyfriend, I was going to make sure that she was going to recognize she made the best decision in her life to choose me. I'll say it again. I was going to make sure that if this woman gave me the opportunity to be her boyfriend or even husband, I was going to make sure that every day of her life, she would recognize that she made one of the best decisions in her life by choosing me. So I was prepared to work 3 jobs if I had to. I would walk into home, come home at midnight if I had to, just to make sure that this woman had everything she needed. So when a man really genuinely cares about you, he's going to be willing to sacrifice. Even if he's in California, very expensive California, he will go get what we call the bag. He will go get it. He will go get what the household needs. But with all that being said, ladies, you do have the responsibility to give a man what we call the green light. You have to give a man the green light when it's okay to give you that kiss, or is it okay for him to approach you? And there are different things that you can do to demonstrate that. Even if it's a guy in your life and he's just your friend, but you're thinking, oh, this guy is actually really attentive to my needs. He really cares about me. I would like to, maybe he's showing interest in some way. There are things that you can say or do to let him know, hey, it's okay to approach me. It's okay to spend time with me, and obviously there are other signs where, obviously ladies, if you're not interested, there are times where, I've had ladies, we made arrangements and then the lady says, hey, sorry, can't go through with the plans that we made. And then she's not following up. So I would know, okay, she obviously doesn't care. So I think that there's a lot of that as well that guys need to pay attention to. But maybe I'll just offer some tips, because some of you, I think, you just kind of naturally think that every guy is just like maybe your baby daddy, or every guy is the same. He's the type where he's just approaching anybody. And a lot of guys are not that. We're not that. I'm not that, I may see an attractive lady and I don't immediately just say, oh, hey, let me stop what I'm doing so I can go approach her. There are a lot of different variables for me that has to be taking place before I even decide to do that. I have to get the green light that it's okay to approach her, And so one of the things you can do is something very basic. You can smile, maybe once or twice at a guy. Let her know, hey, I don't see you as like an enemy. I don't see you as a problem. I'm smiling. I'm greeting you. It's okay to show a guy like, hey, it's okay to approach me, because there are a lot of men that mean well, but they will not approach you if they don't get that green light. Now, some guys, like I said, they don't care. They don't need a green light. They're just going after you because something else is driving them to come after you. And they're doing that to just about every other woman that comes across their path. But also another thing is maybe you're texting, maybe you're calling, and you might want to say something like, hey, it'd be nice to link up with you and not just text all the time, or something like that, and give the guy some hints, let him know, hey, it's okay to take me out, it's okay to meet up with me, it's okay to go to a movie. You might say, hey, that's a nice movie that's coming out that I'd really love to see. Would you like to see it as well? That'd be nice to, and it's okay to take initiative with stuff like that. But I'm just sharing this because I feel like there's a lot of ladies that I've met that it seems like the only guys that they are accepting are the guys that are approaching them. And sometimes it could be 80-90% of the guys that are approaching you, even 99%, they don't have good intentions. They don't believe in marriage. They're just pursuing you because they see you as a potential good time. So I'm just sharing this because, and I'm not a woman, so I don't know what all the I don't know what all the best things to do to attract a man, but I know that you have to offer a green light. You have to let him know it's okay to pursue you. It's okay to text me, One of the things I like to say to ladies is I say, oh, hey, I don't want to bother you. I may text them and I say, hey, I don't want to bother you. And I may, try to get a feel for, okay, am I disturbing this person? Am I bothering them? Are they okay to talk to me for an hour? And I'll just put it out there just to get a feel for, is she okay with, investing her time communicating with me and talking to me? Is she okay with meeting up with me? How does she respond if I say, hey, I'd like to see you? Does she say, oh yeah, that's awesome, I'm free this Sunday? Or does she say, oh, okay, oh, yeah, that'll be nice, and it's kind of vague and it's, it's kind of foggy, I don't know her intention. So I'm just sharing this. Like I said, I don't have all the answers. I'm not like some dating guru, but I know for a fact, universally, most guys, especially the ones that mean well, we need a green light. And some of us, we're not going to move forward unless we get the green light. Now, I know some of the guys will say, hey, man, you know, be an alpha, take initiative. But yeah, for some guys, we don't have that personality. I don't have that personality. I don't like bothering people, and I don't like people bothering me. So, you know, you got to check out my Trump sweater here. Not guilty. All right, but God bless you guys. Take care and peace. And yeah, if you have any comments or anything, please hit me up. I'd love to have a dialogue with you guys. All right, take care.